About everybody knows about the Battle of Iwo Jima that studied World War II, and we're going to be attacking as the Americans. This is, of course, a very, very bloody battle, and no, I don't want to play as both sides. I'm going to go ahead and play as the Americans. So here we go, guys. This is mainly a battle that the United States Marine Corps fought. That's really the main significance of the battle in terms of who got the most prestige out of it, essentially. So here we go. Now, as you guys can see, this version is compatible with the older version of the Operation Art of War 4, or 3, I should say. But both are excellent games, and really, most of the missions in the original game were good enough to port over to this one. So, that being said, we're going to have to move forward. Our force proficiency is not great, 75%. It's really not that great at all. And we are now storming the beaches here. So we want to go ahead and get that done quickly. First thing I'm going to do is board a ship with the entire group here. And I kind of want to take this group to Mount Suribachi. Ooh, we're already getting hit by enemy planes. That's surprising, actually. And actually, no, it's an enemy gun, so I'll actually attack here on the beach, why not? Come on, boys. Man, they're getting hit hard. I'm really surprised by the amount of enemy artillery, but of course, on Iwo Jima, a lot of the artillery was pretty much hidden and very hard to see. That's definitely the case here. We also have to keep in mind that on this particular battle, there's only a few places where we're going to get any supplies at all, and one of them, of course, is these port areas. We can get supplies from there, but even that's going to be pretty difficult. Let's also go ahead and get the entire group of tanks on the ship here. Start taking out these coastal guns. It looks like we might have to wait with this unit. Okay, so we're going to have to go ahead and land here on the beach. And I'm definitely taking the entire group here and going to get them to attack this coastal defense battery. Let's go ahead, plan an attack here, and look at all the air support we have. So initially, the air support, on Iwo Jima was monumental. You know, the Marines bombed it so badly initially that they thought they killed everybody on the island. Of course, once they got inland, they saw that wasn't the case. There were a complex series of tunnels here on Iwo Jima, a lot of different places where the Japanese could hide, and ultimately, they showed the Americans that they absolutely still had a fight left in them. Now, I think I want to go straight for Mount Suribachi. That's a huge, huge take there, and it's actually got a garrison there. They're not trying to hide themselves, so I'm going to go ahead and move another unit up here, and I think I'll keep the engineers behind, and we're going to go ahead and attack, and sure enough, looks like we managed to take Mount Suribachi with a pretty small fight. So, of course, that glorious picture of the flag being raised above Iwo Jima, that's happening right now, right here. Very nice. Although they could, of course, retake it pretty easily here. Let's go ahead and board the ship, entire group. Okay, I want to keep on taking, hopefully, the airfield, so let's do a single unit move. And of course, there's going to be infantry there by the airfield. We've got to do as much as we can to get some men over there, but I think it's going to take a while. So I'm not going to attack right now, and there's a lot of infantry there. The 145th Infantry Regiment, they are not to be trifled with. Not an indefensible island. The Japanese have a lot of hidden guns here, and that's why we have to head north. We've got to find these guns. So obviously, they're going to be up here near the airfields. Wow. Get on land, boys. Even getting on land, they're getting shot at. Let's go ahead and group move. And now, of course, we could probably actually lead an attack here. Sure enough, we managed to break through, but now we're surrounded. So I'm going to plan an attack against this engineer squad. And of course, we're sending in the Marines. We're also sending in some artillery units. And we'll try to get some air support as well as some naval support. I don't know, our chances aren't looking very good up here, I must say. Up here by the ridge. Wish we had some reinforcements, but I think that's all we're going to get. And let's go ahead and end the turn. Turn it over to the Imperial Japanese Army. Gotta get to Charlie Dog Ridge. Now remember that the Japanese will fight to the very end. They're not simply going to give up. Looks like we got a great attack here, but for some reason, there was absolutely nothing happened on these other attacks, which is a bit strange. And you can see there's some pretty serious Japanese losses. We did all right. Of course, we lost a few men too, but you're going to lose a few companies on Iwo Jima, one way or another. There's really no way to avoid that. And we might have to wait till next turn before we can start moving these guys even more. I do want to keep probably one unit at Mount Suribachi. It is probably the most valuable location we have. And let's go ahead and attack the airfield. Now we can get incredibly good support for the attack on the airfield, and I'm hoping that makes all the difference essentially. Here we go. In fact, if I could bring more men up for the attack on the airfield, I will. But I'm not sure we're able to. No! Plan an attack. Let's try that again. Okay, so we're bringing in the artillery. We've already got this unit coming in. I've brought in all of the support I can get. Chances of success are poor, but you know what? Rome wasn't built in a day. I don't know how that applies here, but it's going to apply somehow. We've got to go for the attack. And actually, we could take some of these units and go ahead and attack as well. Ooh, already getting hit. Okay, they can't seem to spot the Japanese enemy. Let's go ahead and end the turn. And I actually want the Japanese to take their turn, because that means we can start to make our move. So we've got tanks on this attack, but remember, they're really well dug in during this battle. So they might be able to hold out. And as you can see, we did really well, believe it or not. We didn't manage to take the area, but you can see we did a lot of damage to the defender. But they've still got plenty of men left. Actually destroying quite a lot of units here. But what they're trying to do is just make us take, a very long time to take these points. If we can't take these points in time, we're going to lose the battle. It's that simple. So it's a waiting game. Tremendous artillery there. I'm just amazed by the arty, and I see all the arty back there on Hill 302A, I believe it is. So if we can get to the artillery and destroy it, we're going to do a lot better. As you can see right here, this is actually friendly, actually refers to the Japanese attacking. So if we take a look here at the attacker, you can see, look at this. They tried to attack us, and these were their losses. So significant losses for the enemy, basically losing an entire light rifle army. And we only lost, well, we had damage done to 13 aircraft carriers. Not great, but, we're fine. So basically they tried to attack an aircraft carrier with infantry units. Not the best idea in the world. Okay. U.S. flag flies from Suribachi and the Marines weep. Okay, I think the Marines would probably have something to say about that. They probably didn't weep much, but fair enough. Let's try and get these guys over here. And what I want to do is I want to take that point right there on the beach. Yeah, getting onto the beaches here is really tough. There's only 2 tiles that allow you to actually move in this area. Right, let's move this single unit. And I already see some anti-tank groups here. So I want to try to get some infantry to assist with this attack. Nice! And some engineer squads, guys. So if we can get up to the Charlie Dog Hill area and get behind the enemy, we'd be flanking them. That would work out pretty well. Let's see if we can do this. Plan an attack. A lot of enemies up here actually defending the area. But I feel like our Marines can break through, especially if we give them all this naval support. And the naval support was key, so was the air support in this battle, obviously taking out a large number of defenders. I don't know the exact stats, but I'm sure the history buffs in the stream can find out how many tons of explosives were dropped on Iwo Jima. For such a small island, it was a pretty incredible number. Let's move forward. We're going to try to take the airfield. Beautiful. Airfield's under our control. It's another major point. And I guess we just keep moving forward with an attack. So over here, we'll go ahead and start moving forward. Now, unfortunately, these units aren't going to have a lot of cover, so their chances are going to be very poor, apparently, although we've seen that before and still managed to do just fine. So, especially if I bring these guys in, maybe we could change those chances a bit. These guys are fresh off the boat. And we do have a little bit of support there. Get a few more Marines. Chances of success are excellent against this force, so I think we can break through. Obviously, I want to get to Charlie Dog Hill as well, but I'll basically wait for that. And we want to wipe out the Japanese over here, so we don't even have to worry about them retaking Mount Suribachi. There we go. I wonder if I should go scouting for enemy. Sure, why not? Okay, and we'll also go ahead and board ships with this unit as well. Let's do that. Route move. Oh, it's good to be on land, even though it is Iwo Jima. Not the greatest land in the world. And it is pretty much an inhospitable island anyway. It's really not a place you'd want to go for vacation. Unless you're a war buff like me. Okay, I think we can just keep those guys on the attack. These guys that just dropped in, they can wait a bit. But we have a few more guys that need to board some ships. So let's see, an artillery company. Oh, just an artillery company. Fair enough. Gotta treat everybody equally, so we'll move them up. Here we can greatly change our chances. Here we go. Well, not really. But let's see how it goes, guys. Okay, here we go. We're going to end the turn. Nice. I believe Charlie Dog Hill is under our control here. Looking pretty good. I mean, it looks like they're retreating off all these important junctures, and if we can move forward and take out the arty behind them, I mean, I think we've won. So we'll have to wait and see, though. We shouldn't get too excited because the men on Iwo Jima thought they were winning, and suddenly the Japanese launched some major counterattacks. As you can see here, we did really, really well. So if we look at the defenders, just look at how many Japanese we destroyed here. Although they actually managed to destroy quite a lot of our men too. And they just have to outlast us. They don't really have to win the battle. Over here, for instance, this was a very even battle. Sure, they lost a lot of men, but we lost a ton. Look at this. So, you know, this was actually an extremely even battle just to take one tiny piece of land. It's not like they're not putting up a good fight. And here, they actually managed to put up an incredible fight with very, very few men. So these guys are, like I said before, they'll do anything they can to defend this island, even if they have to die. This is not the kind of enemy that's going to retreat easily, so I think each attack really needs to count here. We'll go ahead and continue with some attacks here, but we might actually have to wait till next turn to do anything significant. In the meantime, I'll try and attack this unit, but I want to bring in some support as well, so I'm going to see if we can bring this guy. Nope, we're going to have to wait a turn. Alright, let's end the turn. Alright, some more reinforcements. I love that we keep getting reinforcements for this battle. We desperately need it. And as you can see, the first Iwo Jima airfield is captured. That's a huge plus for us. Board a ship. Okay, and some artillery as well. Okay, so if we're going to carry out an attack here, we want it to be a serious attack. So look at how many men we can send up. Let's see how this works. And we're basically trying to destroy the main force of Japanese on the island. At this point, our probability of success is excellent, but I want to even increase the casualties that the enemy is going to suffer. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in some more attack damage and just completely bomb this area on Charlie Dog Ridge. Do the same over here. Actually, no, we'll go ahead and carry it out against this unit. Come on, Marines! Your job's not done. I think this is going to be pretty successful, guys. We do still have these Japanese to worry about, but look at that. They're actually beginning to run away very quickly. So I don't think they have a lot of fight left in them. We'll just mop them up here. Great work by the Marines there. And, ooh, maybe we can even get to the artillery. Look at that, guys. Beautiful. So sneaking behind the enemy lines and taking out that arty, that's going to help. Some Marines forward. Unfortunately, he's a bit too tired to join the battle, but maybe he can join us later. Now, I'm not keeping anybody on Mount Suribachi, but I think you guys will agree that we've pretty much cleared this area out. I don't see any Japanese here. I think they're going to be in the northern part here, in the Bloody Gorge, the Meat Grinder, etc. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'll end the turn. Come on, boys. Some really rough terrain to get through. It's all uphill. Okay, let's see how we did. Wow, really well, actually. So, check this out, guys. Almost completely destroyed the Iwo Jima Defense Force in that location. That's not particularly impressive. And once again, we still need to keep on pushing through, but the fact is we are destroying entire groups. We just need to keep that up. So I'm actually going to move these guys here, and I'm going to attack Charlie Dog Hill here. Major attack, actually. Let's go for it. Chance of success is fair. That's what we want to see. Chance of success is good, even better. And a lot of these are like mixed brigades, Kurabayashi's HQ. So actually the general, Kurabayashi's right there. Probably be a good idea to try and take him out if we can. Also, let's see if we can get to Airfield 2. No, we're going to have to wait for Airfield 2. Yeah, I thought so. Here we go. Plan an attack with our Marines. Chance of success is very poor. What if we bring in some support? Will that change anything? I think it will. I have faith in my men. Kind of. We'll have to wait and see. Did we get new reinforcements? I don't think we did. Okay. Could also try to move some of these ships a little bit closer. I think that's probably going to be helpful. And we shall end the turn, guys. Ooh, the one thing I didn't do was attack with my Marines over here. Not good. Okay, 20% of our turn remains, and really effective attacks, as you can see here, land attacks, where we destroyed a number of Japanese. I mean, just look at this. So that's a very good sign. And amphibious nuclear attack, this can't be possible. Don't pay attention to that, guys. That's a war crime that wasn't discussed, I guess. That's definitely some sort of script error, because there's no way we launched a nuclear attack, as hilarious as that would be. Although somehow the game picked it up as a nuclear attack. It must have been a really good attack by our Marines. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look here. And yeah, we're definitely going to have to wait till the end of this next turn. Let's go ahead and end the turn here. That was a very effective attack, though. Okay. So actually some pretty good attacks here by the Japanese as well. If you look, they actually managed to take out a number of our planes, and no ships this time, but they did a lot of damage here. Now, those planes will survive, but, you know, we have to spend a turn or two fixing them, and that's not something we really want to do right now. So we have to get to 362A, and Marines storm Charlie Dog Ridge in hard fighting. That's what I like to see. Good work, boys. Now I'm going to move in this Marine unit. Actually, I could either go ahead and take out their artillery, or I could flank the enemy. I'm thinking the flank might be more useful here, but I can't help but attack the artillery. When I see arty, I want it dead quickly. This is one of the few battles where I'm actually going to go ahead and send the HQ in with the guys for the touchdown, as I like to call it here. Let's go ahead and end the turn, and I think we can break through to the airfield. I will say one issue I have with this particular scenario is I think the colors need to be changed, since we're using essentially the same colors as the Japanese. I think the Japanese should probably have some sort of white background or something like that. Even a red background. Okay, beautiful. So look at that. In some areas here, 100% of the enemy was cleared out. Very good sign. In some areas, though, they're still holding on, but they're getting badly damaged. Alright, wish us luck, guys. %, of our turn remains here. Some really good attacks. And I will be taking a look at the chat here, guys, pretty soon, but I've been so, enthralled by this particular map here that I'm so focused, it's kind of hard to jump into the chat and take a look at what you guys are saying. So I will jump in and take a look here in a second. Man, that was excellent. Just excellent attacks all around the board there. Of course, the enemy still has a pretty alarming presence in the north of the island. So I'm going to go ahead and take this Marine, or actually this HQ division, move that up a bit, and we're going to push on this hill right here. So again, I'm just slowly moving my units up. Some of the areas like the quarry would actually bring us some points, but I'm not really interested in going for them. Alright, ending the turn here. Now, I believe the entire actual Iwo Jima battle is 10 turns. It might be 20 turns. So that just goes to show you how each battle in this game really gives you so much replay value. It's almost just like a game in itself. And in fact, there are a number of companies out there that make games. I don't want to mention names, but make games about single battles and do quite well. So you get a lot more opportunities here. And you can see the bombardment here from the Iwo Jima Defense Forces, the Japanese, really isn't doing anything to us at this point. They're doing a little bit of damage, but here, for instance, they actually managed to lose some of their artillery pieces. I'm not sure how, but let's take a look. I guess they went for an attack, and one of their light rifle squads was taken out, trying to scout our position. But they got out of there pretty quickly. Okay, let's go for the hill. And once again, even the HQs are going to join in this attack, as well as every single one of these ships and bombers. Ooh, we might even be able to bring these guys in. Still not improving our chances, to be honest with you, but we've got to try. Come on, Marines. Now, over here I have a little bit more confidence, but without any support, yeah, the chances are still going to be poor. So this is the one situation where I might actually bring in some engineers just to increase our odds a little bit. Engineers really aren't made for fighting, or pioneer divisions in this case, but they can get the job done. And that actually brings our chances up to fair, so I think that's pretty worth it. Let's end the turn here. Beautiful. Well, at least some of them are treated. Okay, nice. Really nice, look at that. They did fight to the end, though. I must give that to them. I mean, they're so brave. They fought to the very last man, but they absolutely lost. Okay, let's see. Well, we can keep on moving forward, or we can just go ahead and claim these locations. I think that's the most important thing for now. We don't want to give them any breathing room either. We want to basically attack really quickly. So, yeah, we'll go for this unit right here, and sure enough, crumbled right under our attack. But we might just have one turn where we just stay put and don't move. I'm also tempted to dig in, but that's just going to cause more work for our men, and we don't want that. Let's see if we can get rid of these guys. Beautiful. Chance of success is excellent. I'll bring in a few bombers just to increase the damage, but otherwise I don't even think that's necessary. Now here I'm definitely going to wait, so yeah, I'm not going to attack there. We need more support. Let's end the turn. Looks like we managed to push them back. Beautiful. No rounds left. Let's take a look there. I think that's where the attack was. Sure enough, we absolutely overran the Japanese. We may have even taken some prisoners, although I doubt that to be the case. I think the next location we have to take is Kita. They're still hitting our units over there. Wow, so they've got some really good range on those artillery guns. They also have elevation, so that does sort of make sense. Alright, here they actually managed to do some pretty good attacks against the Air Force. As you can see here, they attacked the Air Force and managed to destroy some planes. Helldivers, Avengers, etc. So, yeah, it's they still have the capacity to do a counterattack, although I think we can hold off. Let's see. Okay, Task Force 58 begins to leave for Okinawa, so we've got more men arriving, and generals and admirals argue over departure. Yeah, we definitely can't leave yet. It would be a significant defeat because we still have a lot of locations to take here. So I'm going to go for Kita. I think that's going to be the main attack area, or defensive area for the enemy, I should say. So I'm going to go ahead and do a major attack here with every single one of the men we can. Chance of success is still very poor. Wow. This is a tough location, even with a lot of supporting fire. And they don't even have a lot of guys here, so they must have some pretty good defenses. See if we can add these guys to the fight as well. Why not? And let's attack this area too. Now here the probability of success is fair, so maybe the key is to break through here first and then assist with the attack in the west. We're not even getting any sort of supporting fire here, although we'll have the HQ fire some mortars into this area. Why not? I think that would be pretty useful. I don't really like leaving this unit out here, but once again, I think the main focus here should be to take out any enemy units in this area. So I'm going to kind of ignore it for now and hope he doesn't get behind us and take all of the points we've already taken control of. Let's end the turn. Okay, 50% of my turn remains. So here we go. Not bad. They did some really good damage against us, so this is a definite counterattack here, guys. This is what I'm talking about. You know, on Iwo Jima, as soon as you think the battle is over, they launch a massive attack and do some significant damage to your men, as you can see here. So it's moments like this that make you realize that this battle was absolute hell for the Marines on the island. That's really no exaggeration. I mean, it was a terrible, terrible, terrible place to be. So we have taken that location, but with the loss of a lot of life. And now we've got actually a division of Japanese here that are definitely worrying me. There's a lot of them, so I'm going to see if we can go ahead and wipe these guys out. I don't want them getting onto our flanks. And yeah, even here, chance of success is poor. We're definitely going to bring in some supporting fire, but it looks like that's exactly what they're trying to do. I'm even going to bring in this artillery and HQ fire, even though we're only getting 50% of it, because I just don't trust that unit. Okay, we need to get to Ginmesu. Once again, we might have to wait a few turns for that. And we'll attack over here too. The engineers have actually done a lot of fighting in this battle, and they've done a good job, so I see no reason why we shouldn't continue using them. And look at the amount of enemies defending this area. There's just so many of them. And it looks like actually an urban city tile here that we're going to be taking, so hopefully the people will be happy to be liberated. Of course, during World War II, a lot of Japanese civilians would actually kill themselves when the Americans were arriving because they thought that they would be, you know, murdered, essentially. Let's go ahead and end the turn. And hopefully we can take this urban area pretty soon. Not immediately. Nice. Okay, 20% of our turn remains, and some okay attacks. Again, we are having to fight for each inch of territory here. There's another airfield as well, and there's still the meat grinder area, which we're not really worrying about right now. I think we're going to go for the airfield. Let's plan an attack. So not many of our men can actually get through. I think I'm going to abort. 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 Yeah, there's just no reason to attack there. There's still locations we need to take, so actually waiting for the enemy to do their turn I think is the right call. Come on, HQs, get those supplies to your men. Alright, ending the turn here, guys. We're just going to play it safe this turn. No rounds left. There we go. Alright, not bad, actually, overall. We still did okay. Again, another counterattack, and they're still getting some really good artillery strikes. It looks like we've got some enemies attacking us from the meat grinder. I knew that was going to be a problem, but I didn't know how long it was going to take to become a problem. And actually, there's still some pretty nice locations here with points that we should be taking. So the bombardments aren't doing any damage at this point. Okay, Motoyama has been reduced to ruins. So unfortunately, moving into the town, we were trying to save the people inside, and we've subsequently destroyed the town. The 5th Amphibious captured Motoyama, and progress by MacArthur in the Philippines. Okay. Let's keep moving. So we want to just wipe the enemy out at this point. Nice. And I am going to have to stop the enemy here, so I will send some units back to deal with the enemy at the meat grinder. There's not many of them, but it's actually going to be quite hard to get in here, and I think part of the reason is the terrain. We'll go ahead and send in some support as well, but I don't think they need much. Get our HQ into Motoyama. Want a nice Motoyama HQ for my general. And let's go ahead and send a bunch of guys in for the attack here. 3. Still, the success is very poor. Even with the tank? Really? Wow. Surprising. It's okay. What about over here? Success is poor. It's not terrible, so we're going to go for the attack, guys. We must take some risks, after all. Also going to take a risk over here by attacking the artillery piece. In fact, I'll plan an attack with some more Marines and some more engineers. And I think actually here our chance of success is excellent. It's really cool also that you see here that Tokyo is 650 miles away. Obviously, this is how far the Japanese were willing to go from Tokyo to defend this island, and also how far the Americans were willing to go from the U.S. to get to this island. I mean, they both really made a huge sacrifice. Let's end the turn. Nice. I think we moved them back, and look at that, 10. Wow. So the Bloody Gorge is worth, I think, the most during this battle. At least it seems so here. Okay, let's go. 70% of our turn remains. Nice. Good job, men. Not bad at all. Okay, first thing I want to do is grab the Bloody Gorge. Single unit move over here as well. Okay, I'm going to try to do this, and it's a very poor chance of success. Still going for it, though, because we've had that message before, and we've still managed to break through. Even if I have to use the HQ here, I'm going to attack this unit. I don't like this guy being in between our forces. So everybody focus fire. Nice retreat, and that was, of course, an armored unit. A group of armored units by the Japanese. And to be honest, the Japanese do not have the best armor. Again, you know, Japanese were really focused on war in Manchuria, and also some, you know, sort of Southeastern Asian countries where there was going to be a lot of jungle. So armor was really not their forte. Their forte was the Air Force, and of course the infantry units that they had. But their armor was pretty weak. Like the Hago tank, for instance, not the best tank in the world. Here we go. Excellent attacks once again, and that was just a major assault on either side. Although the Iwo Jima Defense Force managed to hold on to this location. And actually they lost no men at all, but managed to snipe a bunch of our own. Alright, so that's Kurobayashi's HQ. It's the general that orchestrated the Battle of Iwo Jima, or the defense of Iwo Jima, I should say. I think to attack his HQ, we're definitely gonna need more men. Essentially. Actually, we can take the HQ if we can just get one guy to move there, but no, we have to wait till the end of the turn. Which seems fair to me. Seems fair. Again, I want to win as quickly as possible. Let's take the quarry. Maybe we could attack this position. No, I think it's really best to just go ahead and abort. Cancel all units attack. Okay, as you can see, once again, they're stacking and doing some counterattacks. They've still got some artillery there. Even though it's right there on the coast of the beach, they do still have some artillery. Wow. We kept the battlefield possession here. They went for a major attack and lost every single rifle squad. Nice work. So right now, we're already at a significant victory, guys. If you look at the victory level, 41 of 90. Iwo declared secure. Some pockets of resistance hold out. President Roosevelt reportedly in ill health, and of course this is, you know, just a few days, if I'm not mistaken, before President Roosevelt's death. The savagery of Iwo takes its toll on the Marines. So it's still savage fighting to the very end. Now, of course, we're going for Kotobayashi's HQ, but there's a lot of fighting to be done, and a lot of the defenders on this island didn't give up for weeks, just for a tremendous amount of time. Bringing some bombers here. But technically, you know, we can call this a victory. Still want to take these locations, though, but a lot of our guys are either out of supply or need to wait for the actual turns to end to get or regain some of the supply. All right, 50% of our turn remains. Come on, let's take the HQ. Ooh, nice attack. So Kotobayashi's HQ is officially under our control at this point. We'll keep attacking this unit, just kind of hanging out here in the open. Alright, bring in the bombers as well, why not? And I think I'll go ahead and end the turn. So I'm looking for an easy way in here, but really I think the easiest thing to do is just hold our positions. In fact, we could even end the scenario right now and get a victory. That's what we're going to go for. And U.S. victory. You have written a new and glorious chapter in Marine history. No one ever doubted it. Iwo Jima will now become the staging area for the next invasion, which is Okinawa. In addition, the landing fields serve as a heaven-sent refuge for crippled B-29 superfortresses unable to return to their home bases. Before the war is over, more air crewmen will be saved by landing on Iwo Jima than casualties suffered by the United States Marines in taking it. Wow, I didn't actually know that. That is a pretty cool fact. So anyway, guys,